Hi, I'm Christine Dean. I'm your DFW Networking Diva, and I love to connect people. And today I am connecting everyone with Dr. Justin Velton, co founder and CEO of Go Culture. And we have Andrew Brucey, one of the users of Go Culture. And I'm excited today to talk a little bit about customer service and how that relates to diversity, equality, and inclusion, because I think there's some definite potential for Go Culture and the product to have a huge impact in that arena. So, Justin, you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. Again, Christine, thanks for asking us to do this today. I'm really glad to be here. So, while we were developing this program we call Go Culture and learning how to actually assess these soft skills and our aptitudes in these soft skills, it really came down to what are our aptitudes, diversity, equity, inclusion, came down to our interpersonal skills. And so, how do I seek interaction with people who are different from me? How do I handle that when it comes my way? Am I inclusive in my behavior? Do I treat others in an egalitarian way? And how is that visible? How is it invisible? What are things that I didn't realize about myself? All these things that are so important. So, I was a college professor for 14 years. And during that period, was really fortunate to really be a mentor because what things I taught were dealing with interpersonal relationship development, team building, small group communication, organizational communication. And what a lot of that comes down to is just an individual's aptitude to seek out, engage, treat others very well, treat them with respect, to listen well, and to engage with others in a very proficient way. And at the heart of what we do at Go Culture, that's what we're doing. In the program that we're providing, the diversity, equity, inclusion, this global citizenship program, we're actually able to now provide assessment around our attitudes and behaviors in diversity, equity, inclusion, and then provide training about interpersonal relationship or interpersonal skills, communication skills in these areas.
Thank you, Justin. And I'm wondering, Andrew, how do you see it as a practical application? For example, in customer service, you've got your employees on the front line working with customers and diverse customers. How does this impact?
Sure. So I'll tell you about three roles that we use it with most often, or that we see the biggest impact specific in the customer service space. So, first, with Vendium Global, we're an HR consultancy firm. We work with a lot of the HR function of different organizations. So, those can be in many different industries. And my background, I had long tenure within global mobility. And so part of our function within Vendium is that we work with a lot of global mobility or relocation management companies. And I'll say that the three most stressful times in someone's life are death, divorce, and relocation. So, whenever you have a relocation counselor that's talking with someone on the front end, having that adaptability and understanding, taking that moment to think and understand a bit about the other person, it's incredibly helpful because I once had that role as well. And when you're dealing with someone that is going through one of the most stressful times in their life, they just went to a new country, their children are upset, their spouse is questioning why they made the move in the first place, they're not performing well at work because they're in a new culture. We use the assessment and training solution for both the expat and then the relocation counselor. Now, we were doing that with such success that we started implementing it in our other fields that we're working with. So the other two areas are within call centers and also with any kind of frontline workers, whether or not they be in food service or in retail. I'll say that because for a lot of corporate development opportunities, those are areas which are generally they do not invest as much in training for those roles. But it's essential when you want to make sure that you have a good customer experience there because those are the people on the front line, they're representing your brand and their interaction with another human being. We are amazing assessing tools. Our brains are amazing pattern matching tools. So if we're talking with someone, we're sure that we've all experienced where you're looking at someone in the face, having a conversation with them, and you know they're just being nice to be nice, that the words are coming out, but it's not matching their face. So being able to understand deep within yourself a bit of first again the adaptability portion and then something about the other person, something about the other culture. It's not just you look different than me or you may be from a different place, but you may be from a different culture and be my next door neighbor. So, learning the skills in order to adapt and interact across cultures and across diverse environments works extremely well, whether or not you're in customer service or working amongst a team.
Thank you, Andrew. That's a great explanation. It's hard to believe that one software could do all of this. What kind of it? What are we expecting to come out of this kind of application when you're applying this across an organization? What can we look forward to if we were to get this program and have all of our employees become certified in global citizenship? What can we look forward to?
So I'll give you an example of what we've seen kind of with our clients thus far. First, the global citizenship tool is an upgrade off of a lot of what I'm describing here. So I've gotten the sneak peek. I'm definitely excited to experience the full new solution. But what we've seen with our clients is reduced attrition rate because people are enjoying the role more. They can interact with each other much better than before. So because of that, they're enjoying their job. They will go with a smile, especially in customer service roles. That's essential because, again, back to our body language will give us up all the time. So when we have our teams that are enjoying what they're doing because they feel understood, they feel like that's a place that has their back, then that will make them perform better and also make sure that you keep your people for much longer.
Thank you, Andrew. Justin, I know you wanted to add something. I saw it.
Well, no, there's not much to add to what Andrew is saying. He's done a great job explaining that. But I will just say that in any organization, we know that there are individuals with different roles, and every role is important. If it were not important, we would not have that role at our organization. It's essential. However, there are certain roles that are client or customer facing that have to be done a certain way and very, very well with a certain skill set. And so it's difficult to find somebody who may be able to fill that role, smile all the time, great with people, technical skills, all these things, and who will work within our salary or hourly rate, parameters. So how do we get the right people in place, but then train them on things? So when somebody comes on board, let's say in a customer service role, a client facing role, we put them through training on, okay, these are the buttons you hit when they ask this question. Here's how you fill out this form. Those are very technical and very important task oriented elements to train. I think sometimes where we don't know what to do next is in these soft skills, right? How do we train somebody to learn not only the task but the relational aspect of being great in their role in customer service? I want you to represent this organization really, really well. Yes, provide the service, but at the same time, no matter who comes across your desk, your phone, or face to face, or behind your mask, or whatever the case is, in those situations, in every single situation, what can we do to equip you to be ready to handle that and handle it really, really well? And not only just be okay, but to impress individuals with how our organization handles these situations. That's what we're trying to do with Go Culture is first understand that person's aptitudes, and then based on that, train them in different areas to help them be more gracious, help them be more understanding, to be more proficient in these interpersonal interactions cross-culturally.
And Justin, you just brought up a great point. I was thinking how much more difficult it must be to communicate when everybody's wearing masks. All you're seeing is somebody's eyes.
Mhm.
You have to be that much more aware of your own process, what you're doing, what you're thinking. You thought it was hard to hide, like Andrew was mentioning, that the difference between hiding what you're thinking and what the smile on your face becomes even harder when the only things showing, right, are just these small parts of your body. So we don't even get the full feedback on things. So I think if there was ever a time where we needed it even more, we're changing the way that we communicate. We can't see the other person smiling at us. It's making it even harder to communicate. So I think we need to be even more understanding and be aware. Wow, that just takes a whole new level. And you think about the impact right now. How many people go places and are going to try a new restaurant thing, but they haven't looked at the reviews? Everybody always looks at reviews, right? Reviews are huge right now. Before you go to a restaurant, before you try someplace for a business, we're always looking at reviews now. It's a huge part of our culture. And who is it that they're writing the reviews about? It's not the CEO. It's the frontline workers. It's your customer service people, right? So if we're not training the customer service people to be able to get along with other people, what's that going to do to your reviews, and how's that going to impact your bottom line, right? So
Hmm.
really, this is huge.
It absolutely is. And actually, I'll add a bit to that. So at Vendium, we do a lot of assessments. We'll do assessments with internal employees. We'll help them do assessments with their customers. We'll help them with metrics of the skill sets that they're working on. But specific around reviews is, when do you write a review? It's either if you just had an amazing experience, maybe, or you're going to write a review if you had a bad experience. And right now, at the court of Yelp or Google reviews is ruthless. So you can have an organization that has been in business for a very long time, but if you start to collect negative reviews, it can really impact you on both a small business and also even at the largest corporation level. Right now, we have things like Glassdoor, where we can look into an organization and see, hey, how do the employees enjoy their experience there? Is this a place I want to work? Now, I know personally, if I was looking for a role within an organization and I saw that the employees were having a consistently bad experience, which again, the ones that have the bad experience are the ones that leave the reviews, then I wouldn't want to work there. So that can turn away the talent that you're looking for, because as Dr. Velton was saying, we want to make sure that we're hiring the best talent for the role that we can. And we do that for a number of different reasons, but ultimately goes to the performance of our organizations. And then the culture is what will determine the performance of that organization. And that's what we really want to spend time working
Thank you, Andrew. It's a great explanation. And it's such a practical application. It sounds like this software has the ability to impact the bottom line, your customer service side, how well your employees are working together, retaining employees, keeping them happy. I mean, so it seems like it has far reaching effects. So it's going to be an amazing software. So the latest version is coming out soon. And if we want to get a sneak peek and find out more about this, how should we do that, Justin?
Yeah, that's a great question, Christine. Thanks for asking. So there are a couple ways, of course, to reach us. Individuals can reach out to us at our website, of course, and get in contact with us there. That's goculture.org. And then second of all, I would suggest that if they want a more immediate contact, it's possibly just to email our office, our VP of Sales, Al Dennis, at al at goculture.org. And so it'd be great to hear from anybody who is seeking assistance in these things. I think there's an assumption that everything has to be a wreck in order to seek help like this. We're looking at a software solution, so your cost effectiveness is really great there. So you're not having to hire a consultant and do all this stuff, but the impact is really high as well. And so for a relatively low fee, you can actually get incredible results and data reporting and all this on what are we doing in diversity, equity, inclusion. And so even if you feel like, oh, we're pretty good at that, I think there's still always, I have room to improve, and I'm sure I do. I mean, I know I do in all these things. All of us do. None of us have figured it out all together and have it just right. So how can we help our organization do better? And how can I communicate to my employees that we care about this as an organization? How do I communicate to the world that as an organization, we care about this? We're doing the next step. And I think those are the people we want to hear from.
Thank you, Justin. I think if you're looking for something that's going to have impact on your organization, you want to find out more about Goal Culture, reach out. Thank you so much, Dr. Velton, for being here
Thank you.
today to talk to us. And thank you, Andrew Brucey, for all your feedback and insight into the program. Hopefully, those that are appreciating diversity and wanting to create that kind of diverse culture of inclusion and help with customer service and have employees be more productive and working together and retaining employees, hopefully they'll reach out because it sounds like you've got a great product. Thank you.
Thank you.
on. Thank you.